quick intro. Hi, I'm Isabel Suman. This is my robotic breathing flower project. So my sister's anxious and I wanted a way to help her through it while I'm at school. So based on the ultrasonic sensor reading, the flower opens and closes like inhales and exhales. So yeah. Okay, so for a hardware tour, this is the flower head with layering cardboard and using color stays. There's 4 servos on the back that are stronger than the one we had in our kit, just to make sure that there's enough torque to pull back on the color stays as the flower opens. My breadboard with my ultrasonic sensor, battery pack to power all of the servos, Arduino, pinouts, you can kind of see. Also, this woman has a robotic flower tutorial that I used because I was really stuck on what to use to move the petals, but she used a lot of different components and I think like buttons and servo library stuff, and all of her code was based on the servo library. So basically I used Inspo for this, and then everything else I did myself from scratch. My 2 printed parts are this one that lays on the top, and then there's one in there, but basically it looks like this inside to hold the flower better upright. This is a very summarized version. Pins for the ultrasonic and servos, the current state of the flower, open or closed. This gets the distance after the ultrasonic is triggered by a pulse from the Arduino. It returns a pulse. With pulse in, it reads how long that was high for how long the wave takes to return, then converts that to the distance. This is the function for 1 full cycle for a servo, so based on the time as the input, pulsing that as high and then the rest of the cycle being low within the 20 millisecond period. And then this staggers them so there's not a huge current draw of all the servos going open at once, because that was an issue for sure. This is one function where you get close enough and it breathes. So I chose 2 breaths for simplicity and convenience. And then this logic, I kind of played around with these 2 numbers based on the angles of how how I ended up wiring each servo and how I needed them to pull so that the collars stays didn't break. But then it just goes from 1,000 to 2,000 in these steps to get a 1.5 second-ish inhale. And then since the servo needs multiple pulses to get to the right place, I just trial and error and got 3, which is enough to fully reach the position, but it's not too slow. Same thing, but going down for exhaling. It's kind of same thing for open flower, just without the open and close multiple times. So yeah, going through same angles with 4 loops, same with close. So there's a lot of noise with my readings in the ultrasonic because I guess it's not a very good sensor. So I go by 5 values each and I sort them into an array, and then I sort them from smallest to largest and get the median value, which lets me eliminate outliers in a much more efficient way, instead of like trying to figure out specific cases that I was doing before. And then based on that median value, opening and closing. And then, yeah, this is my logic there. I think from the back you can see a little easier, so. So everything started opening. And then it closes. And then it opens again, and those are the 2 breaths. So quick explanation of my processing. Basically, I'm drawing a circle that is in size proportionate to the distance that the sensor's reading, using linear interpolation function to map the size of the circle to the distance input from the sensor.